Hey, door's closing. Let's go.
That would have been good. Turn my phone down.
And of course, like 30 seconds ago, someone decided to start their mower, so I'm expecting the weed whacker to go next door.
Oh, we are going.
We are going. I told you I was starting.
Oh, I did. I was like, Jeff's going to pull one of his little tricks. Like, yeah, I'm just starting.
I'm just starting
5
the show.
minutes later, click.
Yeah, nope, we're going.
All right.
We're going. Welcome to Talking Heads, episode 33. I'm Jeff.
I'm John.
Welcome to the show. Is it Friday yet?
Oh, God, I so want it to be. Actually, this week and next week are going to be horrible for me at my work.
Feels like it should be Friday.
It's been a long 3 days.
Yeah. It really has.
I have been waiting for this day because, like, I get to drink. I need to drink. I need more than just, like, that one beer I have, after work or something. It's like, I need that time to come down.
I woke up this morning going, man, I really hope it's Wednesday because I really need at least 2 drinks tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just like, man, I need at least 2 really good drinks or 3 crappy drinks.
Guy who has an amazing name, person who has long name, person who flips tables. Hey guys, hey, what's up?
That's
Epic.
That's awesome.
Sup, chaps? How's it going?
Can we help you with your PC?
Probably not on the stream. I am not at your house. I don't know who you are. At the end of the show, we usually do a Q&A, so sometimes there's a little room for advice.
Try turning it on.
We got news to get to.
Oh,
we got news to get to, and we got some...
And we have...
John, I was looking forward to beer on the show.
Well, that's why I was late, Jeff. I really had, to drag myself to bring this. I was like, this is all I got.
Sitting in the car, idling.
It's like...
Exhaust pumped into the passenger side.
I really hope the cop pulls me over right now so I can dump this.
Oh, man.
So we have Budweiser on the show.
Yep. It is Budweiser.
It is
Budweiser. Legitimately InBev, Budweiser, St. Louis, Missouri. What the hell is this?
It's Budweiser's Freedom Reserve. Now, we did talk about this.
We talked about it.
We talked about it. So what this is supposed to be is Anheuser-Busch went and tweaked a recipe that was penned by George Washington.
Right.
Basically just making it a little bit more modern.
Yep.
For modern ingredients and modern things.
If I was used to being in show business, I would have brought up that tab from a couple weeks ago when we did talk about this, but I unfortunately didn't think about that.
Oh, it's not like we didn't have this planned.
Not like we didn't have it planned for 2 weeks.
Yeah, whatever. Or you talked about it on last week's show.
Right. And then pimped it out earlier today.
Yeah, but whatever.
Keep talking about it. I'll...
So, yeah, it's Budweiser's Freedom Reserve. I will say, I actually do like the can. Or the bottle, I should say. It's a bottle. It's a pretty cool little bottle. It has an old feel. But, man, I tell you what, the pricing that they made me pay for this, they made me pay craft beer price for this.
Yes, they did.
That was ridiculous. It was essentially came down to, almost $2 a bottle.
Right. Which is what I pay for, so usually some decent craft beer.
Yeah, decent craft.
Even Deschutes Black Butte Porter is usually $7-8 for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
We're talking $9-10 for a 6-pack.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, this is ridiculous. Luckily, I knew a bottle shop that sold me individual bottles, and actually the funny thing is these are the only Anheuser-Busch products they sold individual bottles of. And
I don't blame them at all.
It was like they even had a little sign there that said Freedom Reserve all pinned, and everything else was you have to buy the 6-pack. This one had individually marked because they knew people wanted to try it, but no one wanted to buy that 6-pack.
That's exactly right. So I was gonna get all fancy and do the whole. These are twist offs.
That's cheap.
That just tells you exactly what this is.
I mean, that's just...
I haven't had it yet. I'm still going to talk bad about it. Even after I drink it, I'm probably not going to change my mind. Do we even sully my glasses with this?
If people want to see what it looks like, we have to pour it into a glass.
That's true.
So...
If we're going to do it, let's do it right, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have a dirty glass, at least? It might help with the flavor.
Yeah, it might. Are these 12s or 16s?
These are 12s, yeah.
I got some 12s. Hold on.
Yeah, 12 fluid ounces of pure red lager. Red lager.
Let's see what...
This red lager is brewed with toasted barley grains for a slightly sweet aroma with a touch of hops.
Yeah, a touch of hops. That's exactly what I want to hear when I'm pouring a craft beer.
Yep.
A touch of hops.
A smooth finish with a hint of molasses.
What the hell are we doing?
I don't know.
God, it smells like bud.
Do we have to pour it properly? Yeah.
Might as well put a head on it. There you go. Now it looks like the ads. Gotta make it get that little edge off the. Oh, come on, do it. There it goes.
Ooh, sexy.
Get that sexy B-roll going. Now I'm gonna spill Bud all over myself.
Yeah, now your whole office is gonna smell like Budweiser. It's gonna smell. Oh my gosh, it smells like the bottle room.
Yeah, it does.
It has that amber malty gang. Oh, the bottle didn't smell that bad, but
I hate you right now.
hey, I had to buy it.
Some people in chat are complaining about no display. That happens sometimes if you join YouTube very, very early on in the stream. If you refresh your page, it should come up. Happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll even see some audio desync if you join very, very early. But if you join a couple minutes in, you should be just fine.
Yeah, I just did it. Actually, that happened on my phone.
Yep.
And then I rejoined. It's good to go.
So yeah, Budweiser Freedom Reserve.
Wait, do I dislike this video now because Budweiser's on here?
You might as well.
I know, right?
I would not blame you for disliking. In fact, one person said on Twitter today, Budweiser, unsubscribe. And I said, I don't blame you. So, oh, God.
Twist stops mean freedom from oppression, bottle openers.
Free you from the bonds of...
I mean, it looks pretty.
I gotta say, it's for a red ale, it's nice and clear.
It's nice and clear. It's. If you didn't tell me this was Budweiser, I probably wouldn't have guessed this is Budweiser.
I can tell from the smell. It smells like every Bud I've ever smelled.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little better than Budweiser's aroma.
All right, here we go.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
I'll give it that.
I do taste some of the red ale notes
that
are supposed to be
there
in
is a little bit of a maltiness to this.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that is artificial. But
right. Like it tastes like a decently thick malty
Budweiser.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It still has the aftertaste of Budweiser.
Yep.
That's not going to change.
You know, I'm just noticing on this picture, these bottles look empty compared to what we had.
They do.
I think they're empty.
I think they are.
Stupid Budweiser.
And you know that's
there's no like line for the bottle.
And you know that's just gelatin that they shoot on the bottles to make it frosty like that. Yeah. They got the perfect backlight to it, and they got...
Yeah. I do wonder if we're supposed to serve this even colder, though.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, well. So you don't taste it. It's...
I guess...
I don't know. I guess I would say... If this was the standard Budweiser, though...
If this was standard Budweiser, it would have a better rep.
I think Budweiser would be like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You still have to get that horrible aroma.
It does. And for me, it's the aftertaste. It's that almost skunky...
Yeah.
It tastes stale on the aftertaste. It really does.
I think that's that rice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's probably what it is.
But if like they made this a standard and they lowered the price on this, and my friends who aren't into craft beer and like they had this at a barbecue, I'd be like, oh, all right, I'll take it. And I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah. If this was at a barbecue, I would drink this. I'm probably...
If it is the only thing at a barbecue.
Only thing at a barbecue.
Yeah.
I would probably drink this. Like I said, I taste some of the red notes in there. But that's it. It's not a complex beer.
No.
You can taste the maltiness of that red, but it sits on your tongue for a second, and then the taste just changes to that normal sour aftertaste.
I almost wonder if Budweiser just took their regular one and was like, hey, let's just add some roasty malt to it.
If this is what George Washington had in mind, shame on the Founding Fathers. Shame on them.
Yeah. I don't even think their water clarity was this good.
No.
So, no, I bet theirs was probably like pond scum and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, the second drink wasn't that bad. The third drink, yeah.
Well, too bad this is all we got.
Yeah. Well, I've got more out in the fridge if we need to abandon ship. Let's get to some news here.
All right.
So, speaking of new, unique beers, I guess.
Yes.
For some reason, this website sucks. The new
I didn't load this one. This is all. Oh, this is actually their website.
It's actually their website. Yeah. It's the scale on it is just terrible. Anyway, New Belgium is coming out with what they're calling a new genre of beer,
which has been done before.
Which has been done before. They're just claiming it's a new genre.
Well, I would say that they're probably the largest brewery to do this.
To try it.
Correct. And nationally, globally try it.
Correct. Because down in Corvallis, we've got Block 15 with the Dab series and things like that.
Yeah.
We're talking New Belgium Brewing is coming out with the Hemperor, which is what they're calling an HPA, a hemp pale ale.
Yeah, the hop and hemp pale ale.
Hop and hemp. Yep. One of the things they've said is there are challenges involved in. Sorry, my wife needs the bottle opener now.
What she has is better than what we have.
I know. Totally. Yeah. It's like, now she's stink-eyeing
Can I have that, please? I will trade you this delicious red ale. Ooh, it's appealing. It's like a red cider.
Yep. Oh, man.
Drink beer.
Yeah.
This is not beer.
This is not beer.
Does it have barley? It's beer.
Yes.
It does.
It's mostly rice.
It's toasted barley.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, they said one of the challenges that they found is a lot of beers have tried to incorporate hemp flavors into beers before. There's a problem with it is that you can't actually incorporate hemp into the beer.
Well, yeah, you can't incorporate because it's got the HTC and everything like that.
And so this has no psychoactives. There's no THC, HTC.
Or sorry, yeah. I always get that confused.
THC. HTC makes the headset.
Yeah, I always go HTC. I'm like,
yeah, THC. There's no THC in this. There's no psychoactives. And so, but it is hemp that they are using to brew. But their first one's going to be a 7%, technically an IPA, but a hemp-infused IPA. Should be available, what did they say, sometime mid-June, I believe?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
It's either end of this month or first.
Oh, no, May 21st.
Yeah, okay. So it's already out.
Yeah, Monday.
Yesterday.
You can buy it Monday.
Or today, 23rd. Yeah, Monday.
Today's 23rd. So, yeah, you can buy it Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit different.
A little bit different
on a I don't want to call them big beer, but larger beer scale.
New Belgium.
New Belgium's one of the larger craft breweries,
well, they're
in existence.
They were, but yeah.
So yeah, kind
of cool. It'll be interesting to see. One of the biggest issues I always had.
I'm thirsty and I don't want to drink this.
Yeah, with the hemp infused beers is hemp in general. Now, people always talk about like the dankiness of hemp, and then they always use those terms with hops. Well, hops to me have a very pleasant aroma.
Yes.
To where weed isn't known for having the greatest aroma, is more known for the after effects of the aroma.
Right.
So that was the one thing I've always noticed about hemp infused beers is their aroma just smells.
Yeah.
And it
takes away the pleasantness of the nose.
Yeah.
Of a lot of IPAs have. Again, if you enjoy IPAs, then which we do.
Yeah.
You really enjoy that real hop front,
citra piney,
grassy,
all
those notes that are in IPAs. With the hemp, they dank.
Dank is it's just it's a dank.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant dank.
Yeah.
I know there are some that say, "Oh, it smells like pineapple." It's like, well, there are the hops that smell like pineapple. To me, those smell like pineapple.
Right.
This does not smell like pineapple.
Right. Exactly.
I can get notes of it, but some other beer news. This isn't very local for us. Maybe possibly for some of the viewers, though.
Yes, absolutely. If you live down in the Miami-Dade area, totally could be. Amazon. We've reported previously on Pizza Hut and
Taco Bell,
and
was it
Papa John's?
Papa John's.
Yeah. Pizza Hut and Papa John's delivering beer in the Phoenix area, demoing that out. Well, Amazon is launching a craft beer and wine delivery service to the Miami-Dade area. Same day shipping. You order, you receive it later that afternoon.
Yep. So Amazon Prime only.
Amazon Prime. But again, they're trialing this for a same day delivery, 6-hour delivery essentially.
And I believe it's only from the Funky Buddha. It's only like a particular brewery,
right?
And it's for
beer and wine offering hundreds of bottles.
Oh, okay.
From La Marca Prosecco to South Florida's own Funky Buddha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, Miami and Orlando are the only cities in Florida that eligible for the new perk.
So, but that's pretty cool. I would love to do that. I did go on Amazon where they do the grocery store shopping.
Yeah.
And I've tried ordering some of their beers. They actually do have some pretty fair prices on it. Especially now that since they've purchased Whole Foods and Whole Foods has those big contracts. I'm wondering if that's probably how they're doing it.
Oh, totally.
Is through the Whole Food market.
Amazon bought Whole Foods twofold. One, to get into the grocery business and to have a foothold on the physical locations that Whole Foods had. And number two, to get the distribution networks that Whole Foods already had access to. The more I drink it, the more unpleasant it's getting. It's only warmed up like 2 or 3 degrees.
See, it's
not getting better.
I will have to say, I already tried this with Steve and my brother Mike. They came over and we did it. I released a video today with all of them.
Yeah.
And we had some technical difficulties. But anyways, we started drinking a lot during the technical difficulties. And Steve was like, hey, bust out that Budweiser. I was like, but I'm saving it for Jeff's show, and I want an initial reaction on that. I was like, screw that. So
screw Jeff.
Yeah, basically.
Heck with that guy.
And my brother was up from LA, so we're like, hey, let's all share it.
Yeah.
But so we shared a 12-ounce bottle, but we split it 3 ways. So I was like, that's not too bad, because I only had, 4 ounces.
Yeah.
And then having a full 12 was like, I'm at that 4-ounce mark now, and I'm done.
Yeah.
I've
I've had about 6 ounces of it. I'm about halfway through. I don't know if I'll finish this. There's only been, I think, 2 beers on the show that we've never finished.
I mean,
in 33 episodes.
Yeah, I think I could finish this.
I could probably finish it if I really wanted to muscle my way through it.
Yeah. I would probably finish this over that Zima we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say I wouldn't, but yeah.
There's this weird sickness feeling in my stomach when I drink this.
Yeah.
Like the very first, like you said, upfront flavor is like that split second, like, that's not too bad.
The first and the second drinks. The first drink was like, okay, there's a lot of bud in there.
Yeah.
And then, but you're like, okay, I'm tasting some of those sweet malty notes that they talked about. Okay, I see where they're at.
Bad.
And then the second drink, I got a lot more of that malt. And it's like, okay, this tastes like kind of like an England style red ale, just a really cheap version.
Yeah, like a watered down
red ale, but a legit English red ale. It's like, okay, I'm on board. The third drink, it got a little worse. Fourth drink, it got a little worse. And I'm 7, 8, 9 drinks into this, and I'm going.
Yeah, I know. I knew I should have brought something else.
Yeah.
I thought about bringing my red ale.
You know what? I have a bottle to save us. I have that Norwegian winter ale.
Ooh.
That we wanted to open.
Well, we can. If you want to save it for a special, that's fine.
No, I've been saving it to drink with you.
Oh, okay.
I've had it out a couple of times just in case as a reserve. Show goes long, but we might break that one open here in a minute.
That might be not too bad.
Yeah. So one of the only times I wish I lived in Miami.
I have a brother in Miami. I'm like, hey, go check this out.
Go check it out.
Have your address shipped to my house. Yep. Change it to my house.
Yeah. All right. So we reported on this last Wednesday, about midway through the show, and as we were talking about it on the show, this was leaked information when we reported it. Less than 30 minutes later, Microsoft made an official announcement for this product, so it's like, I was the first, yeah! So Microsoft has announced an Xbox-compatible adaptive controller for players with disabilities. This is really, really cool to see such a large name as Microsoft get involved in this market.
Yeah, it was.
This has typically been only niche third-party players that have been involved in this, or the hacker community, the Ben Hecks of the world, who have delved into this.
And they end up becoming very expensive products, and one-offs, and people that want to do this. With this, we're hoping that the price point will be a very fair price point too.
Right, exactly. What this is a controller with basically just 2 buttons on it. It has a D-pad, and then it's got your standard connect and home buttons on it. These pads, I believe they were touch pads. And so you can move up and down, and those can be your joysticks, and they can also be pressed in for your L and your R stick buttons.
Yeah.
All of the cables you see connected into here are standard 3.5mm TR cables. They're just touch cables that you're grounding out a wire. And so there's a dozen or so plugs on the back of this, and each of those represent a different button on the controller. And these could be anything from your A, B, X, Y, your LR buttons, etc.
The triggers, whatever.
Everything. And what these are is you plug in just a standard, basically a headphone jack.
Yeah, the 3.5mm.
But just the tip ring section of it, and it's a button press. And if you press that button, that enables that press. They were showing off in their video everything from people putting connectors on their chest, because if their arm was held up like this, they would be able to just press their arm, and all of a sudden they were hitting the A and the B button just by rocking their arm or something. Yeah. They showed them by pressing their chin on buttons. They showed them by moving their head left and right to be able to press buttons.
Yeah.
They showed them with like large D-pads down in front of them, so they don't have any fine motor skills, but they can push their hand forward.
Yeah, they can do this. There's lots of options.
You can plug in alternate joysticks to without fine motor control, be able to manipulate a joystick. So for the disabled community, there's a lot of gamers out there. I mean, if you think of people who are physically, mentally, whatever, handicapped in some regard, but still have the ability to play games, this will open doors for that.
Well, not only that, it also opens doors for the people that don't want to play games, because it introduces them to a new activity to go and do that they get joy out of. That kind of, there's been studies of the joy and being able to do things actually helps heal and extends therapy, and helps with therapy too.
Absolutely. One of their test cases was in a hospital for people who had severe life-changing injuries. Yeah. Spinal injuries and so on and so forth. And to see these people, these kids, these people be able to sit down and play Xbox games against other people in the same room again, and feel as though they were connected to those people again, rather than just being an observer.
Yeah, because, I gotta watch and
because I can't hold one of these. Yeah. That was really cool. I really applaud Microsoft for this effort. Yeah. To even put something out there.
Well, the cool part now too is with this coming out, even now game developers, games can be even developed for these particular types of controllers or those type of ailments type of a thing to especially the lower end game community.
Right.
You're able to. I'm wondering if, since this is probably USB, I'm wondering if it's Steam adaptable. Yeah. Or anything like that.
Yeah. Someone asked, but why the Budweiser? Why? We've already spent 10 minutes on it. Go back and watch the beginning of the video.
We don't want to explain it again. I think we've explained twice.
I think we have. Yeah.
John can enjoy gaming.
Great to see your wife on Steam Craft. What is? Okay.
On stream.
On stream. Oh yeah. Okay.
And then Craft. I think he's referring to
on stream. I thought on Steam. What are you doing? Looking at my wife's profile on
We're playing Steam.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you know she's on Steam?
Right. So for those who asked, no, John and I are not a couple.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. Yeah.
Wait. So no one thought you and Steve or you and Rhett?
Nope. Me and John. Me and John. Yep.
It's always the hair. It's always the hair. I actually, one of my best friends, his girlfriend, yelled at him because her friend said, "I saw your boyfriend cheating on you with a girl in the car." There's this blonde-haired girl.
Blonde, curly hair.
Yeah, they were driving around. I was like, no.
Driving around in her Miata.
That's just John. I was like,
man. So yeah, my wife does exist.
Yes.
I have 2 daughters. They exist too.
And he has 2 dogs.
And I have 2 dogs.
There's one that comes on the show. Well, they both come on the show every now and then.
They've both been on the show time to time. In fact, my dad's Great Dane's been on the show once.
Oh, so. Which one?
I don't know. She and the other dogs weren't getting along that day, and so she had her giant bed over here. I think it might have been an episode with Rhett.
Oh, okay. I don't watch those.
Yeah. I wasn't on that one.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I do have a family. They exist. Thanks for noticing. All right.
Some more gaming. Well, other
gaming hardware news.
hardware news, yeah.
As nVidia and their failed GPP to try to distinguish the marketplace and make sure that gamers were buying the products that they knew that
they were gonna want.
That know exactly what they're buying, and in an effort to better inform gamers, have muddied the marketplace by releasing a GTX 1050 with 3 gigabytes of memory and 768 CUDA cores, in opposed to the 640 available on the 2 gig GTX 1050. Color me shocked. I'm trying my best to put on a shocked face. Look, it just doesn't work.
Why did they go to 3? Why don't you just jump to 4?
Because the 1050 Ti has 768 CUDA
Exactly.
cores and 4 gigabytes of memory.
Exactly.
That card already exists, and it's the 1050 Ti.
This is stupid.
Yeah. So now we have the GT 1030, which was originally released. We have the GT 1030, a lower variant with DDR4 memory instead of the GDDR5, which runs at like 2/3 the speed, but costs the same price and has no distinguishable SKU. It's simply the GT 1030 with DDR4 memory.
Yeah.
We have the GTX 1050 with 2 gigabytes of memory, 640 CUDA cores. We have the GTX 1050 3 gig model with 768. We have the GTX 1050 Ti with 4 gigs of memory and 768.
God, this is like Soviet Union era graphics of cards.
We have the GTX 1060 with 3 gigabytes of memory and something like 1120 CUDA cores. We have the GTX 1060 6 gig with 1280 CUDA cores. Stop me if you got confused yet.
Which one comes with the sweet leather interior and the extra air conditioning and trim package?
Right. No 1150 or 2050. Why? Because this is the same Pascal architecture.
Yeah.
They haven't released the new architecture
They're just
yet.
reusing the same crap that they have. Like, oh, how do we tweak the little bit of hardware that we have? Because we have to get rid of that hardware.
Right. As if they didn't already sell enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. nVidia, I love your cards. I have a 1080 in my home rig that I bought personally. I have a 1070 that I bought personally. I've got two 1050, a 1050 and a 1050 Ti and a 1030, all that I bought with my own money. The only thing that I haven't bought is the 3 gig, the 6 gig, and your crappy GT 1030. the DDR4 model. What the crap are you doing? Seriously, what?
I don't know. They're just, it seems...
Oh, and the new GTX 1050 has a higher boost clock than either the 1050 or 1050 Ti before it.
That's stupid.
So, if your game is not utilizing all 4 gigs of your graphics memory, the 1050 will run faster than a 1050 Ti out of the box.
I think it's just a marketing ploy.
John Gomez, hello from SoCal. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Greetings from Costa Rica.
Hops and brews, too? All
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, greetings from Costa Rica.
Ooh.
Hello. How you doing?
Got some rum?
Actually, I have some Australian rum. I don't remember what it is, but our buddy who went to Australia bought me back a little bit of Australian rum.
He didn't give me anything.
I got some in the cupboard here. I don't remember what it is because he didn't give me the whole fifth. I poured some into a little growlette.
Oh, okay. So he didn't specifically. Here's a bottle for you.
Right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm not too mad at him.
Before you drag his good name through the dirt, sir.
Although I do owe him a drink.
So nVidia, what the crap?
Yeah.
Seriously, stop playing mind games. Stop playing consumer confusion. Put out your list of 7 graphics cards, or even better, 5 graphics cards.
That would be great. And then just maybe work on the next gen instead of continually stretch out what you have now.
Right. I don't mind graphics cards with the same monkier, that is the same name, GTX 1050 versus 1050 with 2 gigs or 3 gigs. That's a distinguishing feature that you can look at on the box. What I don't like is putting out the same name of a graphics card with 2 different sets of CUDA cores or 2 different types of memory, or that is crap. That is market confusion at its best.
Well, let's call it like the 1080X.
Right.
Something.
1050X.
Yeah, sorry, 1050X.
Right.
Or,
and don't use a name that your board partners use. Don't call it 1050 OC edition or, Extreme or anything like that.
Or Vista.
Yeah, use proper product names, use proper terminology when describing what your product actually is. And I'll forgive you.
Good.
But this is crap.
The 1050 NT.
Right. Yeah.
That was a great product.
And I'm sure they're going to listen to me and my 52,000 subscribers. So I'm going to set nVidia straight.
Watch next week. We saw your video and we did not like what you said.
That's right. Someone says, I spy the red escape key on the Velocifier. That's right. Someone watched my video.
Yes. Actually, I saw that too. It's a little bit different.
It's a little shorter than the function keys. It is, but I do like it. It's distinguished. And I think it doesn't break it up. Like the WASD looked terrible. It just looked bad. But this gives it just the right amount of...
You know what? They need to make a key that's like one of those red buttons that you... a launch button.
They do.
Oh, they do?
No,
that's
totally.
what you need on there.
In fact, I really wanted, but it was too overpriced. I believe it was Roddenberry.com set out... It might have been a Kickstarter or just a timed release on Massdrop or something like that. They had an LCARS key set. With the LCARS font, and it was the purple and gray and yellow and red, but the LCARS pastel next generation colors.
That's cool.
It was so
that
hot
was
looking.
Sweet.
But they wanted $150 for the keycaps, which I'll pay like $50 for a really good set of double shot ABS keycaps that are super high quality, and the mold goes over the letters.
Yeah.
And I'll pay
100 anything. That's ridiculous.
I'll pay $50, $70 for a really good set of keycaps.
Yeah.
150? I don't care how limited edition they are.
Yeah.
And I have a Star Trek chess set. So, all right. Moving on.
More little. Do you want to go with this one? Or you want to go with the next one?
Yeah, we can go with this one.
All right.
This one's kind of cool. It's kind of a slow news week. So
It is
stretching.
It is a bit of a slow news beer.
I'm gonna take one more drink of this, and then I'm gonna go pour something else.
All right. Well, so kind of sticking with the
Tapping
gaming.
out. I'm done.
All right, I'll take over for if you want to go grab something.
Sure. There you go.
So, continuing with kind of the game theme and hardware theme, Nintendo has released, or didn't really release, but has revealed kind of a patent that could be for the controller for an N64 classic controller. Like they've come out with the NES and the Super NES. So, this is kind of a story that got released, I think, earlier this year. And so, if you're a big fan of those NES and Super NES consoles that came out, what do we got there? What is this?
Oh, yeah.
Unfiltered wheat ale brewed with pink guava.
Oh, yeah. This is the Laurelwood Laurelweizen.
Oh.
Or Laurelweizen.
Laurelweizen.
It is... Laurelwood's in Portland, right? Portland
yes,
or Eugene?
Portland.
Yeah, I can never remember Laurelwood. There's always a couple Oregon breweries that get confused.
They're not too bad.
Anyway, Laurelwood Public House, Laurelwood Brewing. This is the... here, I got that camera for you.
It's a little...
Of course, it's washed out.
Yeah.
I didn't set my...
There we go.
There you go. So, Laurelwood Laurelweizen. This is their Belgian-style Hefeweizen, but with pink guava added.
Because, that's traditional.
Right. It was 90 degrees here the other day, and I went, you know what? Little taste of summer.
Yeah.
Laurelweizen is our version of a German-style Hefeweizen with pink guava added. This beer is a great everyday drinker with flavor notes of clove, banana, and pink guava. Hefeweizen is a true session beer that pairs well with almost any food.
I will say, the first thing I did notice, or one of the few things I noticed, is that Budweiser has more alcohol.
Yeah, this is a 5.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a heavy hitter.
This is not a heavy hitter. Yes, 5.0, where the Budweiser was a 5.4.
Yeah.
Not like huge difference, but doesn't look too bad.
No. Can't smell anything, but I'm a distance away.
Well, I'm betting the banana and pink guava probably wash.
Well, that's an interesting smell.
Yes, it is. That's an interesting flavor.
Interesting flavor.
I think the acidity of the guava is not allowing for a nice foamy head.
Right. Yeah, because I gave it an aggressive pour.
Yeah, that a good Hefeweizen should have. It has that very crisp, clean, very crisp summer drink style.
Yes.
Fruit beer.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted. Is I'm a sucker for a really good hef, and Laurelwood makes a good hef.
Mm-hmm.
But I went, little flavor on there couldn't hurt. It is a little cold right now. It was straight out of the fridge.
It's I do taste that clovey banana esters.
Yeah.
It literally tastes like a guava sour and the Hefeweizen. They just let's pour the two together, which isn't bad. It's I don't know. I don't think that's just weird.
I'm curious once it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, that's weird.
Definitely curious.
But man, we've had some really good hefts, like especially at the bar. Those were really good. But anyway, so back to this NES 64 Classic. So basically,
Digital Trends overturned a patent that was recently
That's
filed,
what I was
trademark that was recently filed by Nintendo for a new Nintendo 64 controller. They just patented the controller. Now, the only other two times that Nintendo has done this is they patented an NES controller a year and a half ago, and they patented an SNES controller last year. Those led to console releases for the NES and SNES Classic, respectively. The speculation here is what's next in their line? Well, obviously, it's the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
They just filed a patent for the controller. There's a lot of speculation that among the re-release of the NES and SNES Classic in July this year, we're going to get an N64 Classic console.
Yeah.
Which will be revised hardware, I'm assuming, from the hardware that was in the NES and SNES Classic, because those are both identical boards. It's the exact same board, just with different cases on them. That hardware, unless it was playing the games natively, could not run N64 games through emulation.
Yeah.
And the way they were running the games was through emulation.
Yeah.
And so I'm really curious to see if we're going to see an uptick in the hardware quality, which would also mean an uptick in the price.
Which is weird because, man, they jacked up the price on those already. I mean,
they were already $80.
Yeah, exactly. To me, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you did a video already on creating, basically a replica with the Raspberry Pi, which they reference stuff like that already that people have already done.
Right.
And with that, if you wanted to go and purchase ROMs, however, similar system to the N64 and N64 style of games, or you can do something else, get them somewhere else somehow.
Now, for the record, my video was only for homebrew purposes.
Yes. So, but theoretically, people have done it.
Right.
And, bought in the USB 64 controllers or, just use standard PS3 or Xbox controllers.
Right.
And have done it. So, and you can get that for total cost under $100. And you have like 900 games.
Right.
Why would I spend $100 essentially
for 20?
For 20 games.
Right.
And for the NES, I think it was 100. Was it 100 games for the original one?
No, it was 40 games for that, and I think 20 games for
and it just keeps going lower and lower. And the 64. Now, I was a fan of the 64, but there weren't too many super classic games that I'm dying to replay.
Sorry, in chat. Marco, any future FreeNAS video or projects? You have good tutorials. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes, I've actually been working with IX Systems, who is the maker of FreeNAS. I do have at least 2, possibly 3 videos coming out probably in early July. I've got a bunch of stuff from Computex likely to crank out, because that's a huge news release place or time of the year. A lot of new products coming out, so I'm going to cover as much as I can during that month. But in July, I'm going to get back and probably do 2 or 3 tutorial videos. One of which is going to be a review on the FreeNAS Mini or FreeNAS Mini XL, which is the home server that they sell directly.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
So really cool hardware. It's an 8-core Xeon low-volt processor, 2.4 gigahertz with like 32 gigs of RAM.
What are they looking to sell that for?
You can buy the base kit for $1,500 and then add your own storage. The board itself is almost $900.
Okay.
So don't cringe at that price.
But yeah, so
for a home server, it's probably a little much. But for someone who uses it for like business purposes, it's right. It's right.
Well, again, I wonder who they're going after. Why do people keep thinking I'm drunk?
I don't know.
Like, the past video I was on, and then already someone saying he's buzzed.
Yeah, no.
Everyone always thinks I'm drunk. No, I'm just this...
He's just this loose,
I'm
how
just
I like
this,
to call it.
Yeah. I'm that. Maybe it's because I drink all the time.
Maybe. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I know John drunk. John ain't drunk.
Yeah, I know. Skal, which is better, the Budweiser Red Ale or the Stone Key Lager? I haven't had the Stone Key Lager yet. I've been wanting to make my video on that. I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to do that one.
Yep.
It'll be soon.
But
if you're into classic gaming, check out for that. See if that. If not, check out some of the Just video on that. It's a great alternative for some classic gaming.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Some IT news.
Some IT news, although I just read the top line that was reposted about a day ago. Because I posted, we go through and add news throughout the week, whatever comes up, and just add it to our list. I found this one on like late Sunday or early Monday, and I just read that it's a bamboozle.
Oh.
It's a fake.
Wow.
It's crap. I've been had.
Because this would have been, I was like, man, I want to do this at my work.
Right. I gotta say, it was an interesting write-up on the post. So I'll just walk you through it. So this was posted to Reddit. What is this thing? From a guy who now allegedly claimed he was an HVAC specialist who was called to a small business somewhere in the Czech Republic to work...
Service their AC.
To service their AC unit. They said it was overheating. Now, the previous IT manager had left the month prior and had taken the keys to the room with him, locked the door behind him, and no one had been in the room in about a month.
So yeah, because everyone in IT is like, I don't need to go to the server at all, ever.
Right,
for at least a month.
Exactly. Why would I go in there?
Yeah. Why would I need to do that?
That's what Richmond's for. Sometimes it flashes twice, or sometimes it doesn't flash, and I feel like I should tell someone.
That's right, Dyke.
Anyway, so he says they broke open the door so he could fix the HVAC, and what they found behind the server rack was this. And this is
what appears
to be a Soviet anti-tank missile. This was posted to, like I said, what is this thing? And then it was cross-posted to sysadmin, and everyone was having a heyday with this. And the guy was really genuine about some of his back and forth with people. About what he was doing and where he was at and what the police were doing, and they confiscated his phone at one point and then they gave it back, and they just wanted to make sure, verify who he was. And I guess that's... Update, Op has confirmed it was a bamboozle and as such has been banned from the sub. And quote, "Thank you guys for being part of the biggest Reddit bamboozle of 2018. It was all just a made up story to make your day a little more exciting."
And that's how they cover it up.
That's right.
And that's how they cover up the purchase of a Soviet Union anti-tank missile.
That's right. Yeah. Interesting.
I wonder if it was the IT guy being like, all right, guys, this is going to be the best prank ever.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to leave my coffee furnace, or no, whatever that's called, to hold your coffee. And you know what I'm talking about.
Coffee maker?
Not coffee maker, thermostat.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put some cool, flying wings on it and then point the tip. Mm-hmm. And then there we go. Oh, yeah.
No, that is a missile, but it's probably a dud.
Oh.
Or a recreation or a surplus sale or anything like that. Yeah. Oh, hey, you found my missile. That's someone said.
Hey, look.
Yeah. Hello, finding a bomb while servicing a furnace. Great. Yeah, exactly. I will say, I I read the Reddit thread for probably about a half hour on, I think it was on Monday morning, just going through my usual daily stuff. And yeah, I bought it. You know, it was he sounded plausible enough and had enough information that didn't seem far-fetched. Giving hourly updates and whatnot, and then he was offline for like 4 hours, and then said, yeah, the police held me and questioned me because I was the one who reported it, and da-da-da-da-da, and they took my phone, and...
Well, I mean, also, it's kind of where it's at, so
right.
you're like, oh, yeah,
yeah, of course that happened in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Why would I question that?
Look at that cable management in there.
Yeah.
Gee.
But yeah, I bought it. Dang it.
I mean, I figured since Jeff put it out there, I was like, oh, it's gotta be true.
It's gotta be true. And then, of course, I didn't
follow
reread it before we went live tonight. So apparently, as of yesterday, it was a bamboozle, as they call it on Reddit.
This one I didn't get a chance. I've been busy at work, so I had to skim through 99% of these.
Yep. This one is news of potential next-gen nVidia graphics cards. nVidia has reportedly inked a deal with SK Hynix to provide GDDR6 memory for their next-generation graphics card, whether that is Volta or Mantle or whatever that you want to call it. Because there's been reports that Volta won't actually be the next gen, and it's only going to be their couple of Titan cards that they released, and so
rumor.
Yeah. So the deal is to supply GDDR6 memory and has increased the stock price of SK Hynix by 6%, and that is the highest it has been in the last 17 years, probably based on RAM price fixing and that whole fiasco that's going on. No way, our stock is skyrocketing. Yeah,
well,
because you're inflating prices and price fixing everything. But they've agreed to supply 8 gigabit RAM modules at 14 gigabit, 12 gigabit, and 10 gigabit speeds to NVIDIA over the next 2 years. And keep in mind that this is at a 40% increase from their prices when GDDR6 was first announced 2 years ago as potentially being available or getting in early stages of fab. So in the time that they announced GDDR6 to today, SK Hynix has increased the price 40% with zero demand behind it.
Well, they want their stock to go up,
right?
So, yeah, of course.
Through
increasing the price
suggestive quotas on sales and controlling availability. Yeah. Seems legit. Especially when all three companies do it at the exact same time. Wasn't there a leak a few months ago with a photo of a supposed Volta card on one of the subreddits? There probably was. I didn't give a lot of validity to it. Any card that is, at this point, is likely early or late stage prototype. I know they probably have the cards in labs ready to go, but there has been no indication that they're moving to mass scale production yet. So, and even with Computex here in a few weeks, I would hope that they would be moving to mass scale production. I still haven't heard. And so I've been hearing, oh yeah, they're going to announce new cards. I don't think we're going to see new cards at the minimum until like late fall, early winter.
You don't think so? You don't think anything's going to be announced and you're going to have just a crap ton of news to talk about next week?
I would think there would be more leaks happening. I would think there would be more news happening. Now, we got the...
Maybe they're going all analog.
Right. Now we reported on a leak, potentially, of NVIDIA's next-gen product names and CUDA core counts, as well as memory. That was almost 2 months ago. That was back in late March, right before... what event was that?
It wasn't...
Game event.
Not
E3, the other one.
Anyway.
And it followed NVIDIA's normal pattern of release. And so it was very believable. And then nothing came of that. And, hey, we inked a deal to buy memory, but I haven't heard of your fabs ramping up with a lower fab process or any major purchases with any fab dealers and I haven't heard anything from AMD's side either on increasing production or moving things along. I just don't think we're going to see a summer release for graphics cards. And Jasu Sense went on record as saying the same thing, that he doesn't think there's going to be a new graphics card release in 2018. He's putting it out till 2019.
Well, I'm wondering if the crypto fad firms thing in. And also...
Well, they've been selling all the cards they want.
Yeah, exactly. And then nVidia is also just trying to dump what they have. And so that's why they're holding on to it. I think we even talked about the leak of that, or talking about that, of just them holding on for so ever because they just need to get rid of their stock of what's in their warehouses now. Right. And even what they're thinking about upgrading to isn't really that big of an upgrade.
Right. So yeah.
We'll see.
I hope something new comes out this year. I mean, even my 1080 with some of the newer games. I'm cranking 4K now, and so 4K at 60 FPS kind of matters to me now. Yeah. Whereas to a lot of people it doesn't. To the majority of gamers are still on 1440 and 1080p panels. In fact, over 50% are still on 1080p panels. But 4K is up and coming. People are moving that direction. The panels are getting cheaper. Heck, I saw a refurb 4K panel for I think $180 today.
Oh, really?
For 24-inch, yeah. So they're coming down in price.
I've been telling people about your monitor. And
I love this monitor.
They're super jealous.
Love this monitor.
They're like, yeah, I got this 21-inch monitor. I was like, yeah, I know a guy.
I know a guy who's got 4 of those on a single panel.
Yeah, I was like, that's freaking badass. Yeah. They want to know, let's see.
How is the beer now that it warmed up?
Yeah, how's the pink guava now? I don't taste as much pink guava. I am tasting a bit more of the Hefeweizen, essence, the banana, the clove. I'm not saying it's the world's greatest hef.
It's not the world's greatest hef.
I still taste it, but I think the pink guava flavor is subsiding. I still taste it, but it is subsiding.
Yes. I'll say it's probably better than it was cold. But I'm getting a lot of that clove note on the far back end.
Yes,
and
the
whatnot.
far back end you do have.
And so it's a good flavor. I don't want to discredit it too much.
No, I way better than what we had.
Right.
And I could easily a good juicy burger on a hot or even a sausage.
Oh yeah.
This would be fantastic.
Get a giant brat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This would be fantastic because it has that Hefeweizen. It has enough Hefeweizen flavor and enough of that summer fruity beer flavor to really just like it justifies both of those flavor. I think as well.
Sorry, I got to comment on this. Skull says, if I had not bought an M.2 drive today, I'd be waiting on the WQHD 120 Hertz. Sorry about that, Skull. On my Discord, I shared a deal for a $200 1 terabyte NVMe drive.
Yeah.
$200, legitimate Samsung Enterprise drive.
I saw that.
1 terabyte, $200. And Skull goes, well, I just bought an M.2 drive. So apparently I delayed his WQHD display purchase. So I apologize, but you'll thank me when you have that NVMe drive in your system.
Have you ever had any Japanese beers?
I've had one. I don't remember what it was.
Oh. I just purchased a Japanese IPA.
Ooh, interesting.
So I thought about bringing it on the show. Then I saw Steve actually had it, and he gave it horrible reviews. Mm-hmm. But that's the best part. But as far as other Japanese, I don't know if I've had Japanese beers, but it's usually whenever I go to like a Thai restaurant, I usually try to get an Asian beer, and I do find that I would normally never drink that, but the flavor actually goes pretty well with Asian food.
Yeah. Someone asked, what's a good 1440p panel today for gaming? Monoprice usually carries some decent panels, but it all depends on what they have in stock. Let's see. It's a slow news day, so I'll take a second to answer the question.
Yeah, it's fine. What else we got, too?
There it is. This one from Monoprice at $2.99, and there's a couple other brands that have a very similar panel. 27-inch, 144 hertz, 1440p, FreeSync 2.0 panel, $300. This is on Monoprice. Great panel. It really is a great panel.
Man, it's just so hard for me to justify $300 for a monitor, though, man. I swear.
You say that, I spent a little bit more.
This is also a lot bigger.
Was that drive an NVMe? Yes, that drive was an NVMe. It was an NVMe 960 gigabyte Samsung drive. It's available on Newegg for $199.
I don't know how long that sale's going to last.
I don't know how long it was. They had it up about 3 weeks ago, and it literally went out of stock in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
And so I caught the sale today in time to be able to buy one. I don't know if they're even still out. They could be, maybe not. Yeah, there's a good Acer that floats around 320 to 350. I believe the Acer is a 60 hertz, but I believe it has FreeSync on it. But yeah, if you're looking for a good gaming panel, this is a really good gaming panel. This Monoprice here, the 0G AHVA, gets really, really good marks.
Not that he's sponsored by Monoprice.
I'm not sponsored by Monoprice, so.
Although he wouldn't mind being sponsored by Monoprice.
Monoprice, if you're watching, call me. Be happy to review something. Be happy to have an ad, post some links, all that kind of stuff. So there was a big uproar earlier this week, and I don't know if I want to show this image.
Oh, I was so sad.
It's not that racy.
Yeah, it's fine. I've seen worse in the Walmart kids shopping department.
That's true. Walk by the Cosmo section. So earlier this week, it was reported that Valve was cracking down on sexually explicit content in the Steam store.
Yeah.
And what it was a bunch of what do you want to call them?
Manga, hentai, or whatever.
Hentai.
Hentai, yeah. I never know.
I mispronounced one, you pronounce
it's fine.
That's cool.
Not that I looked that stuff up, Jeff.
The sexually explicit hentai games, a lot of the developers were getting notices of their content being pulled from Steam for being explicit and being reported. And so there was this huge outcry. Oh, Steam is censoring content now, and boobs in games are bad.
Yeah.
And
apparently they've never played Duke Nukem 3D.
Right. Well, I fell on two sides of this, but I'll get to that in a second. Basically, developers were getting an email saying, "We're just pulling your game. No recourse, no explanation, no whatever else, nothing." Today, Steam came out and said those emails were sent out in error, essentially saying it was our automated system that once it receives so many reports, we temporarily hold or discontinue a game if it doesn't meet our standards, or we at least pause the sales of the game. And that's exactly what happened. And so the creators were getting emails that said, "Hey, we've pulled your game from the Steam store. You need to review your content and resubmit the game in order to resume your sales." What it was a I don't know what it's called, but a right-wing group.
An activist group or some kind.
The National Center on Sexual Exploitation, formerly known as Morality in Media, Inc., which was formed in 1962. And they claim to be a Christian group who heightened a week-long grassroots campaign, quote, calling on it to remove games with, quote, sexually graphic and degrading games. Basically, they were equating hentai gaming to sexual exploitation and sexual slavery.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the words there. Anyway, they were equating it to selling women for sex.
Okay. I was like, are you really going to that point?
No, I wasn't going to that point. But they were equating those. Yeah, NVMe still in stock. Yes, awesome. Yeah, $199 Samsung 960. Go buy it.
1 terabyte.
1 terabyte. Yeah, it's a great deal. Anyway, so they were trying to do violence in video games is bad. It causes shootings. Well, actually, it's proven that it doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, based on the new school shooter game that was released on Steam, it seems school shooting causes video games. But
yeah,
sorry, bad joke.
Yeah, actually, I even did my senior high school project on violence in video games and everything. It's like
yeah. But no, today there was a school shooting simulator that was released on Steam. So, to tell you how little Steam is actually filtering their games.
Yeah, I was like, wow, come on, Steam. I mean, that's bad form right there.
Yeah, and it's not the first time it's happened. Anyway, so these groups were basically creating a campaign to flood Steam with reports of these games and get them removed. And the automated system worked kind of like it should, where if there is something that's devious or wrong or morally accosting, that there is a system in place to remove those games.
Yeah.
This was not that case, though. This was people abusing that reporting system to get things removed that they don't agree with. And that is wrong.
Yeah, well, essentially they probably just used email flooding and...
Yeah, it was email flooding, and there's actually a report button on the Steam page that you can report a specific game.
Yeah. So that's... Yeah, that was just them getting their name out. That's wrong.
Right.
Now, I don't condone these games of any kind or anything like that, but the way this was pulled was also wrong. It's just, it's...
So, what I will
How do
say...
you go around that?
What I will say is, as a father of 2 young girls, I don't like when I log into the Steam main store page and I see some of these games in the top selling section.
Yeah.
And I click on one because I've played some visual novels before. I've played some Japanese anime style games before because sometimes they're just great stories. I don't play the sexually explicit ones. I don't play the schoolgirls gone wild crap. I don't play those, but I will click on some visual novels and whatnot just to see what they are. And what I don't like doing is seeing 3 of the top 20 selling games on Steam promoted on their main page being hentai, being...
Yeah.
You have a service that markets to... Technically, you can't have a Steam account under the age of 13, but let's just take 13 as a number. That markets to age 13 and up. And I know there's a rating system in place that says teen and mature and
No one follows that.
No one follows it. And if you're going to market those games... I feel there should be some censorship in that. You should have to go to a section to look for them and not have them promoted on the
they
page.
shouldn't be top selling games. It should be, these are the top games of this rating type of a thing. And you have to be, your profile has to say so many things or check so many boxes to even view that.
Right.
Kind of, are you sure this has...
Right. Because I have a
Are
Steam...
you over 18?
Right. I have a Steam account for my daughter. So she gets on Steam and she plays her putt-putt games and her Reader Rabbit and things like that. But she gets onto Steam and she has access to the store so she can browse games. And what I don't like is when she clicks on Steam, those games showing up in any kind of a feed.
Well, and the thing is, too... Most of those Japanese style and everything, they are drawn like comics. They are drawn. What are they? Fairy princesses, elves, schoolgirls, very young kids.
Yeah.
So what does the young mind obviously automatically click to? Oh, this is fine. I know what this is. This isn't Sailor Moon, even though that's
it's like putting porno movies at the checkout line at Blockbuster. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have a section for them. I don't care if there's a section for them. There is a market for them. If you want to buy them, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't play them, but it's not because I'm morally aghast at them. It's just I find no interest in them, and it's not my taste.
Yeah.
But again, don't show them in the checkout line of Walmart.
Yeah.
There's a reason you go to
the black curtain, the back curtain in the
Right.
Blockbuster,
Exactly.
the old movie stores, like, oh, you have to go through that curtain for a reason.
Exactly, but then you throw up games like, well, GTA 5 has boobs in the strip club, and there's some required missions to play in that, and I feel yes, that is totally
That's
correct.
true, but then on the cover of GTA 5, it's usually the guy blowing some guy's brain out and not going to get that little girl or little kid. Well, maybe a boy, but
you're marketing to a different segment.
Yeah, exactly. You're marketing to something else. You're not marketing toward someone accidentally even clicking on it or curiosity, and then they paid for it, and then now it becomes the #1 searched game because now it's also in your queue and in their algorithm. Like, oh, he looked at this, so he must want to look at other things just like that.
Yep, exactly. I have to admit, as I'm getting older, I'm getting lost in terms of what's appropriate to market to kids. I'm pretty sure I heard the word shit in a lot of G-rated movies, and I have to agree with that. I don't know that I've heard shit. Shit usually gets a PG rating.
Yeah, and it's usually like it's only once in a movie, like, and that's how it gets the PG rating.
Yeah, and you can say it so many times. If you say more than once, you're F rated. You can get 1 in a PG-13.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, even if you look at like the old, the fourth Die Hard,
right?
They didn't say that, and like, oh, that's why it was a rated PG-13.
Yeah, he says yippee-ki-yay, mother, and then they cut him off,
and cut it off, and they're like, oh yeah, exactly, and they're like, oh, now we're able to have a PG-13 rating,
right?
And should branch more to more people. But yeah, I will say there are more explicit nuances, suggestive things in G and PG movies.
Right.
And I think what they're trying to do is more market toward, okay, you're obviously going to take your kid to it, so we need to throw adult humor and adult things into these so the parents can watch it too.
It's the Bugs Bunny and drag.
Yeah.
It's the Bugs Bunny level humor. There was always wink and a nod to the above audience. There's that kind of stuff in Shrek. There's that kind of stuff in movies that are marketed towards kids.
Yeah. So adults can even enjoy it too. But the things I think that the humor and what they're trying to say adults want gets raunchier and raunchier and raunchier through time. I think that is actually a lack of, in movies wise, writing.
Yeah.
Lack in writing. Now games, that was a little rant that we went off of on a comment, but for writing, I think lack of movie writing recently especially has gone down.
Yeah, I think it's laziness in the writing. And I've said this about stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy as a medium, as a form of entertainment. I love watching good stand-up comedy.
Oh, good.
But good stand-up comedy is more clever than crude.
Yes.
You can be up there and you can just F this, F that, and I don't find you funny at all if you're just up there complaining and swearing every other word and all of your humor is sexually explicit.
Yeah, or racial slurs.
Who's the Amy
Schumer?
Amy Schumer,
or whatever.
Yeah.
She's always talking about female issues and things.
I don't find that not don't get me wrong, she is creative in some ways.
Yeah.
It's just she's always crude. Every joke is crude. And I don't. It's a lazy man's humor because it's shocking. But if every single line is shocking, nothing is shocking anymore.
Well, that's I think how society. But this is a completely different. Not what this show is ever into.
Our viewership's not going down. We're holding an audience.
Yeah. That's why actually I prefer British humor. I think British humor in America is very unsung, and it's a clever humor.
It's tongue in cheek.
It's a tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It's very. You have to watch it. And my wife hates British humor because she's like, if I don't get it the first time, it's like, no, you have to watch it and you have to really pay attention what's going on. And there are these small nuances that you pick up on, and you can watch it over and over again. Like, there was something else, and there was something else. It's clever writing.
Yeah.
There's a reason why American TV usually watches British TV and tries to steal.
All of the IT crowd up for a third reboot.
Oh my god, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Did you see the leaked first episode?
Oh, yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it was done with, what's his name, Joel...
Yeah, it was horrible. He was on Community.
Yeah.
The main actor, he played the white guy. But they did
the white guy.
The horrible job of that.
And what's funny is Richard Ayoade was still Moss.
Yeah, he was still, and he played Moss, and all they did was they shot for shot basically redid the first episode.
And it was terrible.
It was terrible
because the jokes do not translate to American humor.
No,
with American delivery.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I think one of the very few, The Office, but then I think even with The Office, they had to revamp it because if you watch the first season of The Office and then they're like, this didn't work.
Right.
We have to revamp it.
But yeah, the shot-for-shot remake of the first episode of the IT Crowd, they did rewrite one of the jokes for America, and it was actually funny. Hello IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? Thank you for pausing before the 3, Skull. Hello IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? They rewrote that, and Joel, what's his name? He answers his phone and he goes, IT, can you hold, please? Thank you. And then he puts him on hold, and then he goes back to what he was doing. And he goes, no, you have to make him wait. And it's like, okay, so you've taken the joke and you've made it kind of Americanized.
Yeah.
That's funny, I get it. Nothing else was funny in that video.
Yeah.
Because they had, there's another famous actor that's in it, and he plays Renham, and the Britishness of the opening line is, I like to size my employees with a good long stare.
Yeah.
And he stares at him, and he stares at her, and he stares at her, and it's just no.
It didn't work. But I love it. And it pans to the picture.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yes, that's great.
Yeah.
I even loved his son. Pleb's better
now.
Yeah. That's a great show. I still do the joke is like, what operating system? Vista. We're going to die.
Yeah, the bomb robot.
That's like, it's one of the best jokes ever. Oh gosh. I really hope see what you said. If Plebs is getting a American reboot, I hope that. That's horrible. I love Plebs. What else? Have you ever watched the In-Betweeners?
I have not.
Okay, the In-Betweeners, MTV took it on.
Ooh.
That's how it was horrible.
Ooh.
It's all about teenage coming up in high school as a teenager. I thought, as a TV show, it's only 3 seasons, like most British TV shows. It was fantastic. Even made 2 movies, really great. And then they tried, NTV tried taking it on. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah. All right.
Humor and from sexual video games, Japanese video games to British
to
humor.
stand up to British TV. Oh, the lines we cross. All right, a little bit of gaming news.
Yep. Even though we've already done a bunch of gaming news.
Even though we've already done some gaming news. Battlefield 5. Can you guess where we're going? Back to World War II. I'm going to try my same NVIDIA shocked face. Are you ready? I don't have one. Yeah. Really? World War II, but the unsung story, or the untold story of World War II. Some more relatable characters. And in this case, it's a woman sniper with a cybernetic arm.
Prosthetic
thing.
arm. Yeah, I was like... Because
when I think World War II...
that's exactly what I think. I think disabled sniper. I think she's British or Polish or something like that. That's exactly what I think of.
Yep.
No. God, I found this today, posted it, and then on the Discord, we were chatting it up, and that's what we're just going off of. Also, if you haven't joined Jeff's Discord, it's only a minimum of $1 a month. Check it out. We're always on there, chit-chatting away throughout the week. It's actually really cool to talk with a bunch of people all the time.
Thank you for the plug.
All right.
Join me on Patreon.
Patreon, that's the Discord, Patreon, whatever. You know what I mean.
$1 a month. $1 a month gets you onto my Patreon. You can chat with me, ask me questions. You can talk to John if you want to.
Yeah, it's not really it.
I'm
on the beer side.
He's on the beer side of the channel.
Yeah.
But, only $1 a month.
Skull's going to send me some drinks.
Woo, Skull.
Yeah, so him and I are going to do some beer trading.
Nice.
So if you want to do some tech trading or talk to Def, you want to do some beer trading, talk to me and Steve.
Right. Or talk to me. I trade beer too.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all good. But yeah, so right there, she's got a biomechanical arm.
That?
When was that invented in World War II? Where nerve endings up here control your finger, and it's bendable and it's steady and there's no pain. Yeah. I almost thought this was like, okay, are they doing time travel?
Yeah.
Because
I'd buy that.
Yeah. Actually, where was it? They talked about a missile. And I paused it, and I thought it looked like a Star Trek Enterprise or Starfleet spaceship. And I had to pause it and look really close. It's like, is it time travel? Because I wouldn't mind time travel now.
Right.
I was like,
that's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I was like,
did that guy just shoot his own guy in the back?
Probably.
Watch when he goes down the hill.
Well, he's got a red.
He's shooting.
No, it's red.
He just shot.
Oh. Well,
he just shot his own guy in the back.
No, it had a red tag above him, so I think it looked like some guy had a blue tag.
Interesting.
But I think it's like close to this bridge. It's going to talk about a bomb coming, and I swear if you pause it at the right time, it almost looks like it has a warp coil. Right. Wait, here it comes. There's that warp coil right there. It looks like it's
You know what that scene looks like? Is the scene from Voyager where they go back in time to 1994 or whatever, and they're shooting across the San Francisco skyline.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like.
So I was like, is this going to be kind of like that? And like Germany took over one World War II, and so this group of ragtag teams have to... come together, and
there's a reason the Allies won.
Yeah,
this ragtag team of time travelers went back and kicked some Hitler ass.
Yeah,
and I would totally be on board for that game.
But then there's like, we're trying to make it different than what it.
And I like how last week they were saying, no, we're going somewhere we've never gone before. World War II.
World War II, and we're going. Team playing only. Right. We're not going individual battle royale.
By the way, no battle royale in this game. They're not following the.
Well, I think all it is you have to join a team on the server, and I'm betting
you're getting called out. That's not a warp coil. That's a nacelle.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So over here,
I caught it
my
though.
Schematic, John. Here's what the
That's
warp core looks like.
I caught it though.
That's the warp core. The coil is something different.
So sorry.
Yeah.
The nacelle.
Yeah.
But
where are they going to find dilithium here? Trilithium.
I remember, did you ever have those build your own crystal sets?
I did
as
not.
a kid?
I never got the rock growing.
Yeah, I had the rock growing,
Yeah.
and it came out during the TNG era, and it was grow your own dilithium, and that was the reason I bought it. And it had pictures of like huge crystals and everything, and then my crystals were like
This big, yeah.
tiny little salt,
Yeah, a couple
salt
of
crystals.
Yeah. Learn your super irrelevant geeky stuff, guy. You're getting called out.
Man, I am. All right, I'm never coming back on this stupid show, Jazz. Screw this place.
Do you need to grab a weapon or something?
Yes, I do. Where's your? I actually want. Oh, it is. Wow, that is huge.
Uh-huh.
I was so jealous of you.
So I bought a new toy this week.
Yes.
When you find something like this locally on Craigslist, you have to just go buy it.
Yes.
And I was really afraid of the guy when I bought it.
He actually did like text us like, "Oh, make sure I'm coming back."
This guy is super sketchy. I bought a batleth. I am a huge fan of Star Trek collectibles, and when you see this pop up on Craigslist for an affordable price, you buy a batleth.
Oh yeah, I know. I was like, Jeff, if you don't buy this, I need to know because I'm going to buy this.
I'm going to go buy this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought a batleth. So it's probably going to be hanging above my monitor here before too long. I don't know if it's going to be on camera or if it's going to be higher. I don't know if I want to subject my normal video viewership to my Star Trek fandom, and they're going, "Oh, you're the crazy knife guy." No. I'm the crazy batleth guy.
Yeah. No, see, you need that for like instead of people like have a gun under their pillow or me, I have a sword.
I've got a batleth.
You have
on the
a
wall.
batleth. All right, honey, I'll take care of it. Hang on, be right back.
To the batleth. Oh no. Oh my. What? Affordable. So someone asked in my Discord what I paid for that. Was that a bottle opener? I actually thought about it. I thought about opening a video by opening a bottle with a batleth. I don't know if I can do that. But someone asked in my Discord what I paid for that. It was $60.
Yeah.
And I went, it's the only one on Craigslist. It's the only one I'm ever going to find locally. And I've seen some in like collector stores before for like $300. It's like, I don't want one that bad. But he had it, and I went up there, and I was going to offer him $40. Because, like, who buys a batleth?
Yeah.
But then I remembered, I'm meeting a guy who has a batleth. I should probably just give him sticker.
Here's a sticker price, not going to talk to you. And then he's like, I'm buying this. It's from a crazy guy who owns a batleth. Who owns a batleth? I was like, text, Jeff, you're going to be that guy now. Mm-hmm. You are the guy that owns the batleth.
I'm the batleth guy now. Yep. So I've been looking for like a couple other swords to put on my wall, so I'm not just like the batleth guy. I'm looking for a master sword and maybe a.
Yeah, I've always wanted the master sword and shield.
Yeah,
I've always wanted that.
Yeah, I want that set hanging on the wall.
But I've seen a couple at like pawn shops or nerd shops, but they're the cheap ones.
They're crap.
They're like those hand painted. When you pick up the shield, everything rattles on it. And it's like, no.
That's a big knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is a knife. And you can say that in Klingon.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a knife. I've been to pawn shops and I've been to the Excalibur stores and things like that.
Yeah.
And the ones they have in there are always just this cheap Chinese garbage.
Yep.
And there are a couple companies out there that do make good quality, really sharp looking Master Sword replicas and whatnot.
No,
I've always wanted one.
I even saw a guy who went and took more of the. This is what it would look like if it was realistic.
Yes.
It wasn't just painted blue. It was kind of a metallic dye blue metal and everything.
What is the YouTube channel? Man at Arms.
Yeah. He is.
They do a they do a mythical series in their show from time to time, and so they'll do weapons from video games. And they did a Master Sword one time, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they've done a batleth. I'll look that up tonight.
Yeah. Skull, I actually do have. You were talking about Final Fantasy VIII, the Gunblade.
Yeah,
I have a Final Fantasy VII Cloudblade. Though.
Do you?
I do. It hangs above my closet.
Right. I remember seeing that.
It's like 25 pounds. It's huge.
It's
this big. I came as Cloud once for Halloween. I was like, if I'm doing this, I gotta buy the sword. And I purposely looked for like it's super thick. It's probably about 18 inches wide. It's just huge. I couldn't hold it with one hand.
No.
We were even doing like pumpkin cutting that day, and I just like held it out and shot right through a big old pumpkin.
Yeah. Someone says there's Kildy says there's a local lightsaber dealer in Milwaukee. There's actually one up in Portland now.
There's one in Oregon City.
Or Oregon City, excuse me.
Yeah, he makes, all they do is they make custom...
Sabercraft.
Yeah. Battle-ready lightsabers.
Yep.
And you can even build your own custom, like, I want to be a Dark Lord Sith, but have a pink blade.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know. You can do all that. Actually, they were just on The Brew today. Mm-hmm. Just the morning show I listened to on the way to work.
I love The Brew.
But yeah, they were on there showing it. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yep. So from Battlefield 5 to batleths.
To lightsabers to swords.
To lightsabers to...
No, I actually did until my child and a bunch of... I used to have one of those walls. I was the sword and knife guy.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of swords and knives hanging on the wall. Had like mason chain, a couple shields. I had the Braveheart.
Yeah.
A couple claymores. I even had the sword from the Scorpion
I did find my actual butterfly knife the other day.
Oh, there you go.
So...
I have a Sting from...
Which I confiscated from one of my youth group kids who thought it was a great idea to flip out their their switchblade in the middle of a church service. Give me that. You can have it back after class.
Yeah. Join Discord. Steve will show you the pictures of the Halloween and the pumpkin and the sword.
Kildy, you're in Portland too? Nice. What's up? What's up? Local guy?
What is up? Bring us some beer.
I can get all that beer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was actually kind of surprised you put this on.
This one I just found interesting, just from a sciencey perspective.
Okay.
I ride.
You have a little like Japanese thing in there.
I've got a Chinese dirt bike, but I've been into ATVs and motorcycles and quads all my life. I love riding snowmobiles.
Yeah.
I love going out and riding. It's just a blast, and I'm always interested in technology that's applied in unique ways, and this is a unique. It was
an interesting. I only skimmed through it, but I kind of got the gist of it. But it was pretty interesting.
So this is a technology that's coming out from Bosch. It's a jet thruster mounted to the side of a motorcycle that will keep you upright in a corner in the event of a skid, in the event that you lose traction. So the example they give is you're coming around a corner and you hit a loose patch of gravel, which I've hit, which my dad has hit, and both of us have gone over and lost the bikes. Yeah. And my dad actually has totaled 2 bikes now. One of which he almost lost his leg in. So yeah, that was a truck that pulled out in front of him and he T-boned him. But anyway, neither here nor there. Anyway, this tech is for, let's say you're in a corner and you lose traction.
Yeah. Think kind of like a jet on the like spacecraft or shuttle, something like that.
Right. So here is a motorcycle with training wheels, and you can see they've got a bike coming into a corner, and you can see his front wheel. It loses traction, and the whole bike goes over. It hits the side of the bike. The only thing that kept him upright was the training wheels. Yeah. Watch him again with the jet bike. All right.
Well, they have the training wheels.
They have the training wheels on still. He does it without the training wheels here in a second, too. So, right here, you see the wheels slide and then immediately grab again. Yeah. And it's because the force of the jet is keeping his wheel down. Is forcing his wheel back down to the ground.
Yeah, it kind of almost gives it a jet instead of a skid out.
Right. What it's doing is it's shifting your center of gravity dramatically to keep it on your wheelbase. And so, really interesting tech. Not exactly computer related, but it was something I found interesting.
I wonder how many charges that has. I didn't get I basically just watched the video.
Yeah. At the moment, it is still in prototype stage.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's like, okay, do you have to have a CO2 can? Is it one charge and then go home? You need a brand new can or somehow to charge it.
I doubt it's CO2. I bet it's something higher pressure, something like nitrogen.
Okay.
If you watch MythBusters, Grant and his nitrogen cannon, the technology that should never be in human hands, where they sent a grappling hook through their neighboring shop wall.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. But so my guess is it's something like that. But able to keep a bike upright in the event of a skid.
Yes. So. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what Jeff's bike is, a Roman numeral guy, but yes, it's Japanese, not Chinese. Oh, so sorry, I don't know exactly what Jeff has in his garage.
Sorry.
Someone did say, though, that everyone else that's not in Portland, there we go, drunk off my Swedish, all of the people, if not from Portland, should share beer for us. Yes, share beer with us.
Yes. I will be starting up a P.O. box, hopefully in the next month or so. I've been trying to find a location that's convenient for me. And because the one in town isn't very good. I mean, it's
oh, look,
it's
there's
available.
a picture of me on...
All right, I'm gonna...
He's like, I'm sharing that.
There we go.
If you want to see my Buster sword...
Oh, God, that's terrible.
This is horrible.
Wow. There you go. There's John in all his glory.
Ah, yes.
Oh, man. It's a good look for you.
Right?
How long did the emo stage last?
Basically that night.
So he
great.
says.
I still have that costume. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I still have the leather chap.
Yeah. How long did that last? I wore that on Saturday.
Yeah. I like the costume came with one leather chap.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yep. But yeah, that was a beefy sword. I've seen that sword.
It is a beefy sword.
Yep. Yeah, nitrogen bottles have crazy high pressure. I'm betting it's a nitrogen charge. I'm betting you would only get one charge out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's one charge per side. But yeah, kind of a cool technology if you're into sport biking, if you're into even just riding. Kind of cool. How much was that sword?
Too much. It was, I think at the time I bought it, this was a while ago too.
And someone has their first Photoshop of me.
Oh. Is this going to be a thing on Discord now that we're going to start photoshopping?
They said someone needs this as an emoji reaction. So, I'm famous. I have my own Photoshop. I still have no GIFs. No one's made a GIF of me yet. So
we'll do that. I think it was. I think now you can get it for a bit cheaper. I think you can get it for like $125.
Yeah.
At the time, I paid $199 for it.
Yeah.
Which was overpriced, but this. For
the amount of steel that's in there, it's not
for the
that
amount
bad.
of no, but this came because that costume and sword was part of what was the movie that came out, the Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah, we don't speak of that.
No, not the crappy one. They redid for our Final Fantasy VII only movie. It was actually better. I don't remember it too, but it came out. Someone on the chat, go look it up. The Final Fantasy VII CGI movie. Look that one up. That's when I bought the costume, and I bought the sword from a Japanese site. So it was kind of like inflated because of the market, but I really, really wanted it.
Yeah.
So
I've done that before.
Yeah, it was just I really wanted.
I know I'm paying way too much, but I gotta have it.
Like exactly. And my girlfriend, who's now my wife at the time, was like, "That's the dumbest decision you ever." Yeah, Advent Children. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. When you said Budweiser is just as good as craft beer, I didn't say Budweiser was just as good as craft beer. When have I said that?
So just as expensive, that particular one.
It was just expensive.
Yeah, that particular one that we bought.
And you notice, I didn't even finish it.
I had it. Yes, it was Advent Children. Craft Computing Gifts.
What did you say?
Gifts. Yeah, it's GIF, not GIF. It's not peanut butter.
I need to go pour myself a glass of gin. Hold on. All right. In sadder news...
What, me saying GIF?
That's been our show for the night. John will not be on again. Don't go check out Hops and Brews. I hear that channel sucks. In sadder news, if you're an early 2000s gamer like myself, RuneScape, the classic server that was originally launched in 2001, is finally saying its farewell.
Dun, dun,
Yep. They announced that what they call RuneScape Classic, which was RuneScape back in the day, will be shut down over the next 3 months. Slowly winding down, disabling services. These graphics they were even dated for the time that this was released.
Yeah.
It's...
I remember this game. I never played it, but I remember the name and I remember talk about it. I just never played it.
Yep. Our tools are no longer compatible with Classic. This is a particular problem with our community safety and macro detection tools. The game is now easily abused with the use of third-party macros, and botting has become an increased issue. So they're basically shutting it down because people can't behave themselves.
That's the best part.
Yep. Yeah, and a number of their modding tools aren't compatible with looking at the code that this runs. It's been 17 years. It's time to say goodbye.
That's a long time.
Yep.
I mean...
RuneScape will be officially taken offline by 8 a.m.
On the 6th of August.
On the 6th of August. Yep. So after such date, it will no longer be possible to log into the classic game. You will, of course, be able to continue playing as normal up until that date.
I'm sure there'll probably be some servers somewhere else running.
Unreal Online better than RuneScape? Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we did. I think, is that it?
I think that's it.
That's it. Q&A?
Q&A.
Q&A.
We got time for 15 minutes of Q&A.
Yep. Since we basically ran out of... We stretched that hard.
Yep. I think I need something... I think I need to drink something lighter.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah. GIF versus GIF.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh, is that supposed to be a reference to the what's that stupid Laurel and thing that have you seen that Laurel and something where Laurel and Yanni, where there's a voice that you hear someone saying it. What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So is that GIF and GIF?
Oh, Vlad. If you're in Vegas and on the prowl for hookers, keep your money in your socks. Life pro tip.
Cheers, Vlad.
Oh, Vlad.
I'm done. You have that, Vlad. Give him another $1. He'll finish the Budweiser.
Oof. No. I don't know that I will. Well, now that it's really warmed up.
There you go. It might be nice and malty and smell just like that bottle room.
It smells like syrup. Yeah. Smell it.
Yeah, that is weird. That's probably because that's what they added to it.
Yeah, it smells like almost like a maple syrup. Not like a maple syrup, but
not good. But it smells artificial.
It smells artificial. Any advice for the first time in the arts of beer homebrewing?
Ooh, yeah, go simple. Yeah. Go with a pale ale. Don't go all grain. Go with an extract. Do it off your stovetop.
Yep.
Learn like fermenting. Clean. Everything should be clean.
Yes.
Honestly, scrub the crap out of stuff. Sanitizer. Do that. That's really what's going to get you going. Don't worry too much about the temperature. If you're just doing a pale ale or an IPA, you're going to be fine. You're going to have a 10 degrees temperature if it's very first time. Enjoy it. Don't expect to get... I'm not going to drink that.
I'm seriously. Just try it. Just try a sip. Doesn't have to be a big drink. Just try a sip. How the flavor has shifted.
Oh my god, that's night and day.
Terrible.
That's night and day. God.
Yeah.
After, even as it lingers.
It lingers, and I still taste it.
Oh gosh. But yeah, go with honestly like a pale. Go with just a pale because then you're not going to be worrying about the hop profile for your IPA. Just enjoy if it's your very very first time. Just enjoy that process. You'll enjoy the aromas of the boiling malt. It's going to smell like this sweet bakery. If you like the smell of boiling bread or baking bread and everything, you're going to get that. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure your carboy's clean. Get a good yeast starter. And that's about it. You'll have fun, and then within about a week after fermentation, you should be able to bottle that. Let that settle for about a month. If you have a keg it. That'd be great. Your beer should be ready after a week after that.
I don't know if you want to try this or not, but this is a Seattle Cider Company Berry Hard Cider.
Yes, I do. Next time I'll bring that carboy or the growler I have. It's like a 1 gallon with the CO2 pressure.
Yeah. Well, I've got that right there.
You got that right? Oh, mine's portable.
Yeah, yours is portable. Mine's pressurized though.
Mine's pressurized too. It has a little CO2 canister in it.
Yep. Yeah, that's what
so. But I'll bring my red. Steve brought his cider, and I'll bring my red ale. It's not the greatest, but it's very drinkable.
Look at that for eyeballing it.
Look at that. That is cool.
Boom.
That has a nice pink color to it too.
Yeah, this is a Seattle Cider Company Berry Hard Cider. It's a seasonal cider. They only produce it once a year. I believe I actually bought this can back in the winter.
It still smells good.
Yeah.
Very pretty looking.
So, let's see. Someone asked about considering doing an inverted motherboard build with different airflow. It works all the same. The same principles still apply. It's just where your case fan's at and how's your airflow going. Think front to back, bottom to top. That's how heat goes. That's how your fans need to point. So keep those thoughts in mind, and you'll be just fine.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. It has almost a wine characteristic.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit drier.
Yeah, it is dry, almost like a rosé. Or kind of a rosé.
There's almost like a flower taste.
Yeah, I didn't want to say rosé, more a rose petal.
Yeah. Yeah, but better than the Bud. I'll say that.
Way better than the Bud.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of liking this better than the Hefeweizen.
Yeah. Tonight, the beer wasn't great.
No.
I mean, the Laurelwood, I would drink it.
I would drink it.
It was better warm than it was cold.
Yeah.
I was right about that. But it's okay. The flavor, to me, it's a great experiment. I love it when breweries experiment with flavors. This one is just one that goes...
Yeah. The
guava canceled out too much of the heft flavor for me.
What I would have liked, all this really actually made me want was like, I really just want a really good heft now.
But yeah, that color is beautiful.
And that camera's not even doing it justice.
Yeah, the camera doesn't do it justice.
No, it is. It's on the camera. It looks brown. It is pink.
Yeah, there we go. That's a little better.
It's Jolly Rancher. It looks like the watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yes,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's got a great aroma to it. So.
Yep.
Very nice. Someone's actually had this cider.
Yep. Yeah. Someone said they've had it. PBR is the quintessential cheap American beer. I find all the domestics are kind of the quintessential cheap American beer.
How do you say that? That right there. Yep.
What's that?
How do you that next one? John Gomez tried.
Mexican agave wine.
Yeah, but Polk. Yeah, I was like, how do you say that? But no, I've never tried that. But that sounds interesting. I've had agave and I've had agave beer and I've had agave mead, but I've never had an agave style wine. Well, yeah. Is that just tequila?
Agave is
well,
tequila.
I know that, but is the agave wine, would that just be tequila?
No, wine and distillation are two different processes. But yeah.
So it's like a sweet tequila.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So. Yeah.
Yes,
this is good.
Yes. So Skull's sending me a beer, and he said though that the stipulation though for sending it, we have to drink it on camera.
Absolutely. Done.
So we will do that. It is actually a different variation. I did a video on it. It's called the Toppling Goliath Pseudo Sue, which was a great beer. I shared it with Steven, my brother, again, while we had the drunk night. But it had a very acidy burn. And so Skull was saying that this one's a bit better. It's a single hop series. Okay. So it'll be very good. It's got a really cool graphic. It's got this big purple dinosaur, not Barney.
Yeah.
But more of a realistic one. It's really cool. And it's one of those sought after beers. So really cool. I'm going to go send him some really cool Salem, Portland style beers too. I'm thinking at least one of them is going to be City and Pirate.
Yes.
Do that. Probably a Block 15. Just some really good standard stuff. And then I was going to try...
Rogue Double Chocolate?
That's a bit expensive. Well, it depends what you send me, Skull.
Yeah.
Depends what you send me. But what I was thinking of doing...
I have one of those.
I saw that. What I was thinking of doing was then also when I send it to him, I will buy 2 of them or 3 of them, whatever. And when it gets to him, he'll tell us, and then we can have it and he can have it at the same time.
Nice.
So if you join Jeff's Patreon, we can arrange these type of things for you.
That's right. I love doing beer trades. There's a lot of beers that I can get that I know you can't get.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of beers I know you can get that I can't get.
Yeah.
So,
or other drinks.
Or other drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
I love rum. I love whiskey. I love gin. I love all kinds of spirits.
And we love sending stuff back. It's
Yep.
We pay it forward, pay it back. You know, it's all the same. It's all fun. You know.
Someone says, "Damn, what time is it for you guys? It's 9:36 for me, and I'm tired." It's 9:36 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do still have to. I think I got to work till like 2 a.m. today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right. You're doing some database transfers.
I'm doing some database transfers,
Yeah.
and we're launching our main program. We're transferring over from Access 95. Yeah, I said that correctly. Access 95 to a modern database system tomorrow morning.
Finally flipping the switch on.
Yep. Oh my gosh, everyone.
That's been a 1.5 year long process.
Freaking out at my job. They are freaking out. It's incredible. I'm a little freaked out too. I'm expecting to get like yelled at a lot tomorrow.
It'll be fine.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm almost betting though everything is going to be humor error.
Yeah.
It's most of that is. So for the past 3 weeks, we gave everyone the program. It was like, hey, I set up a test database for you with live data, and I update it every week, so you have reluctantly close to what you're using, so you can look stuff up. We really want you. We sent out this big memo. We really want you to use it. Here's your sign-in name, temporary, and everything. Please use that and see if you find any errors or things you need to tweak, because now's the time to do it. Now's the time to say it. No one did it till like today after lunch. And I just get phone call after phone call after phone. Hey, can you check this out? Can you do this with me? It's like, oh no, I can't. You're way out. Yes, 95.
Yep.
We actually my company went on eBay and bought a bunch of bulk Microsoft licenses just so we were compatible.
Right. All right, there's another good question that came in that I wanted to answer. Zach asks, looking at doing a small form factor build, is there any real difference between mini ITX and micro ATX other than not as many PCIe slots or RAM slots? That's actually a really great question. With form factor boards, the constraints you always deal with is size. With full ATX boards, you have as much size as you want to work with. You can do as many components on the board as you want. What that usually means is each component gets its own space, its own circuitry path. What that means for power delivery is you have a lot more room for power delivery on some of the larger boards. If you plan on doing a heavy overclock build, sometimes mini ITX is not the way to go. And it all comes down to what power delivery room, physical space did they have on the board? How many MOSFETs are on it? How many phases are on the board? There can be a massive difference in the quality of power delivery, even if you're on an X370 or Z370 board that's mini ITX versus a micro ATX or full ATX counterpart. Same series board, but you can have drastically different qualities in the power that's being delivered to your CPU. As far as that, with mini ITX, you also get a lot of more integrated components, more system-on-chip style things, where a single chip will provide your Ethernet, your sound, and a couple other components on your board. Whereas on a full ATX, you have an audio controller, and you have an Ethernet controller, and you have a USB controller. Right. So with ATX, you tend to get more dedicated controllers, which usually means higher quality controllers for all your peripherals, versus ITX, where they're typically system-on-chip style components. So
it really depends what you're doing or wanting it for.
Right. For everything but the highest of high-end performance, it doesn't make a lot of difference. I'm someone who actually runs a sound card in my computer. I'm kind of unique. I have one of the new Sound Blaster Pro cards in there, and so it is delivering a much higher quality sound output than a standard onboard audio would.
Yeah.
And a standard onboard audio on a full ATX system is probably delivering better quality than a mini ITX onboard audio would. You have more room for amplifying circuitry. You have more room for...
But then what are you using it for? Are you just using it for, I'm browsing YouTube? Who cares? And
games and stuff?
Yeah. Well, for you, yeah. Are you wanting that true, 7.1
audiophile level sound, or are you putting on a set of headphones?
Yeah, exactly.
So again, what are you using it for specifically? Can you do a performance comparison between the 200 terabyte or the $200 $1 terabyte NVMe and a good SATA drive? I actually can. The SATA drive that I have in here now is a 1 terabyte. It's an 850 Evo, and so it's a decent SATA drive. I could certainly show that performance difference, even just like some raw numbers tests.
Did you get one of those cards?
I did.
Oh, another video.
That's right. That's going to be part of my Threadripper build series, which you can see. New case for Threadripper. It's back in the Inwin 303
Oh my gosh,
case.
yeah. He posted so many pictures of his fans and how cool it was. Actually, it was really cool pictures. I will say that. I was pretty jealous, but I was like, wow, you overdid it on fans.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
These actually aren't going to be the fans I keep in here either.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like them.
I was just like, you don't even need half of those.
Yeah. That's $160 in fans that I bought with my own money, and I don't like them, and I'm going to replace them.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to replace them.
What's wrong with them?
I have 6 fans in there, and this will be a full-length video. I'm going to do a review of these fans now that I've bought them and played with them. I'm not going to mention...
They look good.
I'm not going to say who it is yet. I'm not going to out the company right now, but I bought the fans, and you buy them in a pack of 3, and they're individually addressable LEDs, and they come with 3 fans and 2 LED strips. And the idea behind them is you can plug in the 3 fans and daisy chain and then the LED strips, and it all runs off a single controller. One cable runs the whole length, and you're good. And I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds good. And you can daisy chain them, and it says you can buy a second kit, and you can put 6 fans and 4 LED strips on.
So you can daisy chain that.
And so I can daisy chain that, and I went, excellent. I'm on board. All of my fans, all of my lighting, single cable to my motherboard. I'm on board. That's what I want. And individually addressable. I can customize it. I can make it do whatever I want. Cool. The only thing you can do with this is run their software to control their controller.
Ooh.
And it only has preset options. And those preset options for some of the chasing patterns max out at 5 fans. So my 6th fan is a clone of my first fan.
But that's stupid. Why would they make... You would think at least make it 6 fans because it comes in bulks of 3.
It comes in bulks of 3.
That's stupid.
So
I get why the video's coming.
Right. So after 5 fans, it stops and it repeats the pattern starting again at 1. But the problem is, if you can see over here, I've got fans 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so the pattern will start up here with this chasing pattern, and it'll go down here. And when it hits fan 1 again, fan 6 lights up and spins. But the pattern doesn't go all the way down and over, it stops in the middle. And for me, for what's going to be like a $3,500 build, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's pretty... Well, although, if you didn't pay that much for the fans...
I paid $160 for those fans.
So yeah, then yeah. Okay.
That's unacceptable.
$80.
Yeah. $80 for 3 fans and 2 RGB and 2 RGB strips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Okay,
Now,
I will agree then. Okay.
Yeah, so...
I concede my question.
Yeah, who needs RGB when you have beautiful brown and brown? Oh, a Noctua fan, are we? So, is the NVMe using a PCIe card worthwhile over a SATA only on the computer? NVMe will only plug into PCIe unless you have one of the weird Chinese adapters that converts it, and that's
probably
stupid.
won't optimize it either.
So why are you paying the extra $100 for NVMe when you're passing it through a 6 gig interface? But NVMe will always be on PCIe of some kind, whether it's the M.2 slot or if it's a PCIe add-in card. And yes, it is worth using over SATA, at least as a boot drive. What I'm doing here is I have a 250 gig NVMe drive that's going to be my boot drive, and then I also have a 1 terabyte NVMe that I'm going to add as a secondary storage drive. So that'll keep everything kind of separate. I'll have 1.25 terabytes, and then everything else that I need, that I don't need on the machine locally, I can offload to my server. So, let's see.
John Gomez had a question.
Yeah. What is the best GPU for high or ultra 1080p AAA gaming? Quite honestly, right now, a 1066 gig will get you there. It'll be 85% ultra 1080p. So, like, you might have to dial down a setting or 2, but you're within spitting distance of ultra on every single game out there at 60 FPS at 1080p.
You'll be that way for at least the next 3-4 years.
Similar RX 580. If you can find an RX 580 8 gig for under $300, that's actually the better buy. It has more video memory. With the way that games are starting to eat up memory, that card is going to last you longer than a GTX 1060. Just the way it's going.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some games that are maxing out at 4 and 5 gigs of video RAM right now, depending on the game. GTA 5 is one of them that, as you scale up in resolution, I can get 4.2 gigs video memory allocation.
Wow, that's
in
great.
GTA 5 right now. Just with built-in settings. No mods, no nothing else. Just turn it on and play. So, yeah, I would say GTX 1060 6 gig, not the 3 gig, which has fewer CUDA cores. Thank you, NVIDIA, for that. Or the RX 580 8 gig. I'm a big fan of the RX 580. Little snippet, hey gang, the Ryzen 5 1600 and overclock it, or just say screw it and get 2600X. Always go for the latest generation. The 1600 you're going to pay about $160 right now for it. The 2600X is about $220 right now. 2600X is absolutely a fantastic deal. In fact, the system behind John over here on the left is a Ryzen 5 2600 that I'm benchmarking right now. I am thoroughly impressed with this processor. As impressed as I was with the APUs that came out, I'm even more impressed with the 2600 and what I've heard about the 2700X. So I have a really good friend who's benchmarked that against an 8700K, and the benchmarks were within 1.5% in gaming performance.
Totally worth it then.
Yeah. So 2600X. I have an RGB with static blue. I thought about just leaving the static blue, and in fact, for my feature videos, the fans will be static because I don't need them jumping around and causing any more distraction on screen.
Do you have an automatic focus on your camera?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's all manual.
Okay, so then at least there's that too.
Yep.
That would probably blown it out, trying to focus.
The lens itself is autofocus, but I'm passing it through a focal reducer it's a Canon AF mount lens on a Sony E-mount body, and so there's some translation going on, and it's not a native Canon lens. That one's a starts with a T.
I wouldn't know.
Well, there's Tamron and there's Tokina. That one's a Tokina. It's a Tokina 20-35 f2.8 zoom lens, and I love that lens. It's super sharp. But the autofocus is absolute junk. It was junk on a Canon body, and it's even more junk on a Sony.
Oh my gosh, Steve, why did you post that?
Oh, yes.
Why did you post that? No, you have to join Jeff's Patreon.
No, I'm going to give him a taster.
No!
I'm going to give him a taste.
Jeff's Patreon.
John wants you to join Patreon. I'm going to say you're going to get a sneak peek right now.
Oh my god.
Frame cap that. It was on for 1 second.
Oh, that's gonna. God, it's so bad.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That needs to be photoshopped.
Yeah. That's a meme right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
I'm here to drink punch and kick ass.
I can't wait for someone who writes the timeline of
and I'm all out of ass. Wait. Yep.
Okay.
On Patreon, they said, they found your competitor. No, John knows those people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, actually, they're good friends of mine. I actually got beers from them.
Yeah, you swapped beers with them.
I swapped beers from them. They're really cool guys.
Yep.
So I know them or not personally, but we had lengthy conversations and gotten to know each other for past couple of months.
Yep. Yeah, they're a great bunch of guys. They're up in Canada, actually.
Yep. Actually, one of them, Max, he is actually going to Brewer Schools, so he actually moved to America. Just right over the border there, right on that border of Niagara Falls, and what is that? Not Vermont, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now it's actually easier for me to send him beer, and then he can bring it over, and they can all share it, because paying that shipping to Canada is just ridiculous. I shipped them a couple things, and I was like, $30 just to ship, and I was like, screw that.
It's $50 in beer.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't even that. It was like $20 in. It's like $25 in beer and $32 in shipping. I was like, this is. Yeah. So, but now it's gonna be so.
Yep.
Be cool. Now I can get some really cool East Canada beers, and we're gonna be doing some more. Actually, I have an oatmeal stout and a really nice lager or pilsner they sent me. So that'll be really cool.
Nice. Linux guys, what's a good video editor for that OS? OpenShot is probably the best one that I've used. It's a non-linear editor, and it's probably the most Premiere-like. Also, someone recommended Flowblade. It's a pretty good editor for Linux. It's not quite as versatile. It's not quite as powerful, but yeah, it's both of those are good options. Neither one of them hold a candle to Premiere. I'm sorry. They just don't. Really, it's Final Cut Pro or Premiere if you're doing professional work. Mm-hmm. But if you're getting into the hobby and you want to learn how to do video editing, I recommend a non-linear editor, and both of those would qualify.
I'd stay away from GoPro.
Stay away from GoPro's software.
Yeah.
And stay away from iMovie in general. It's a non-linear, or it's a linear video editor.
Yeah.
You don't actually edit on a timeline. You edit based on clip segments, and it's a terrible way to think about video editing.
Yeah.
Because it's not timing based. It's what do you want to show based, and your videos should be timing based.
Yeah.
So, yeah, non-linear editor, way to go. Someone said on your picture, I can smell the Doritos do.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Join my Patreon, you'll see it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say there.
That was hilarious.
Oh, man.
It's one of the best Photoshops I've seen.
Yep. What's the best budget graphics card? 1050 Ti, no question. No question about it. 1050 Ti.
That'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah. Or maybe the 1053 gig, depending on where it comes in.
Oh gosh, no, it's not.
No, I'm saying it's same CUDA cores, higher boost clock than the 1050 Ti.
Yeah, but it's new. It's gonna be released, and it's gonna be probably, I'm betting, a $70 increase in price.
I think it comes in at 149, under the 179 that the 1050 Ti is. I think it comes in under the 1050 Ti.
I'm betting it's gonna come really close to the 1050 Ti.
I'm betting it doesn't, and I'm betting it beats it in some benchmarks.
I mean,
I'm betting it beats it.
I'll
get one and I'll find
Yeah,
out.
that's it. Like, do a video on it, Jeff.
RX 560 isn't a bad option, and in fact, it's slightly better than the 1050. The problem is you can't find them anywhere. They're still out of stock, even after the prices come back down for graphics cards. You could buy a 1070 and 1070 Ti this weekend for retail prices.
Prices, that's the nice part. The GPU's prices are going down, and they're going down.
They're going down quick. Graphics card shipments were down 40% in the month of April, which means they're replenishing their stocks in actual retail warehouses, and you can buy cards again.
Yep.
So it's
check the used market.
Check the used market too. So should you buy a card from a crypto miner? I don't know. Should you maybe check my video out?
See here for link.
Click here. It's on the left, John.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's on the left.
There,
always on the left.
It's always gonna be right here. I've done that. I think the first video I was like, yeah, click here or here or here. I can put it wherever I want. No, I found really quick. It's top left.
Why do co-hosts always finish the beer first, Jeff? Usually because I talk too much.
Yeah, that's usually it. Or because we're alcoholics.
I will. I will go back and watch these videos, and I go, crap, I dominated that conversation. I should have let Steve or John get more words in. Like, they tried, and I just talked over the top of them, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. Half of this stuff, too, like half of the tech stuff, Jeff is the one posting it, so sometimes there'll be like a couple things that I or Steve post, and they're like, oh, we know more about this field. Because like Steve and I were more database entry, database building and structures type guys. Steve knows more hardware than I do, to where you are strictly hardware, and that's your life. So a lot of this news and the Q&A is hardware based. Usually if you see us talk about Star Trek or nerd stuff,
Steve says because Jeff talks too much.
Usually it's a pretty even conversation then. If we're talking pretty nerdy things. And then if you ever talk about beer, it's always Jeff just...
I shut up and I
just shut. Yeah, exactly. So, which this show, it's not really about that, but we have little segments of it. So, and in general too, we feed off each other.
Yep. I think we'll finish with this question because it's a great question. At Craft Computing and at Hops and Brews.
Yes.
I will be visiting Portland and Seattle in a couple months. What craft beer should I definitely try out?
Ooh, if you're in Portland, great notion. Go there. If you can get there, great notion. And recently they have been canning some of their beers, and they've been selling out massively. They are great for beer trade, great for beers. They are one of these up-and-coming breweries in Portland.
Yep.
They're just breaking through in everything. They're only about 2 years old. Get them Seattle area, Fremont Brewing.
Yeah.
They make some awesome rare bourbon barrel-aged type things. There's some really cool places up in Portland. And honestly, you could probably just Google, like, what are the places to go, and you're going to hit them. Don't go off of any news article. You're probably going to find, like, a forum or something that says, these are the places to go. If you like sours, Go to Cascade in Portland. Honestly, actually, if you were going to go to Portland, don't go to brews. Go to tap rooms. Tap rooms,
Yep.
because they are going to have exclusivity things of that, you're not even going to find. They hold on to kegs that breweries no longer have. You're going to find really cool rare bottle things.
What's
That's
the one that
where
has
I go.
170 taps?
Oh God, I forget their names, but there's actually like 2 or 3 now in Portland that has like 100 over 100 taps. Usually though, most of those taps, they're not craft, they are Budweiser and everything,
Right.
but they have. I would go to, if you're in Portland, go to a tap room. It's called Bailey's Tap Room.
Yeah.
They're not big. They have only about 20 or so taps, but they're the rarest taps.
Yeah, everything on there is good.
Everything on there is good.
Everything.
Yeah, if you can go there. And not Bailey's, Ballast Point, no, Belmont Station.
Belmont Station.
Belmont Station and
Yes.
Bailey's Tap Room are probably going to be the 1 and 2. There's actually a lot of news articles about Belmont Station being the best place to even get beer in Portland.
Yeah, Belmont Station, they're also the bottle shop, aren't they?
They are a bottle shop.
I believe they're one of the largest bottle shops in the U.S.
They're close.
yeah,
John's Marketplace is a little bit bigger.
They're a little bit bigger, but I believe they have close to 1,500 unique beers in that shop. Belmont Station, excellent place to go.
Yeah.
You can drink beer there. You can get beer in 6-packs or single bottles and take them with you.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Good question.
Yeah. All right. I think that'll do it.
That'll
for,
do it.
for episode 33.
Yeah.
Good episode on a slow news week. Computex is coming up here shortly, so the news is going to start flowing.
Yep.
So a lot of good content coming up. I am hopefully next week going to 2 videos plus a live show per week.
That would be pretty cool. That's dedication.
So trying to keep the channel growing, trying to keep content coming your way. My goal is a feature-length video on Tuesdays and then a shorter video on Fridays. And the shorter video can be anything from hey, what boxes did I open this week? Or, hey, I bought a batleth, guys. To what projects I have on the back burner, or even just like a short review. Something like a keyboard review can go on a Friday. Because my keyboard review, with the exception of the ad, was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So and I'm aiming for like a 3 to 5 minute video on Fridays and something 7 to 10 to 13 on Tuesdays.
That'd be great.
But the videos on Fridays are going to be something that I don't have to have 10 hours of prep work going into. I can just come home on a Thursday, record the video, and then post it on Friday.
Yeah. Something quick and easy.
Yeah.
Can I ground this batleth with this PC processor to link?
The batleth is stainless steel. What happens if I apply liquid metal to the or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, so hopefully 2 videos per week plus the hour and a half to 2 hour live show coming next week on the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. It's been a good show. I needed
great.
this. I certainly needed the beer.
Right. I did.
Happy Friday, everyone, even though it's only Wednesday. And we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.